After years of waiting, Universal Destinations and Experiences has finally given us more details about their fourth theme park, built on 750 acres of land. Epic Universe is inspired by the exploration of unknown worlds. The 5 lands were announced with their official names and new concept art. Universal went into detail about the World Between Worlds, Celestial Park. It will connect to the 4 other worlds. We will go over what we know so far. Some of what we will talk about comes from Universal's blog, discoveruniversal.com. So let's dive into all the details. Before we talk about Celestial Park, let's go over the names of the 4 other worlds we will be transported to. The first world will be How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. Each of the portals has an inscription. On this one it says, "We, my friends, have dragons." It also looks like each portal will have some kind of lighting effects inside the tunnel as we enter each world. The next land is the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. It says, "For in dreams we enter a world that is entirely our own." There's also the Time Turner represented on the portal, no doubt to fit in with the theme where we will experience 2 different time periods, from 1920s Paris to 1990s British Ministry of Magic. The next world is Dark Universe, based on Universal's classic monsters reimagined. On the portal it says, "It's alive, it's alive!" The land has monsters we know and a new character, Dr. Victoria Frankenstein. The last world is Super Nintendo World, and the portal says, "Here we go." Now back to the central world. We will enter the park through the Kronos. Adam Rivest, executive producer for Celestial Park, explains, "In our story, Kronos is this giant machine used to harness the energy of the universe that powers all of Celestial Park, allowing us to open the portals to other worlds. Once we walk through the Kronos, we come to a world full of amazing water features and lush landscapes. There is a statue of the goddess Luna with an inscription that reads, 'The goddess Luna draws the veil across the worlds as colors pale her glowing face, reflects the light and pulls the stars into the night.' We can't see the last word, but I believe it's night. She is the Roman goddess of the moon, and her brother is Sol, the sun god, or Helios in Greek mythology. The hotel in the back of the park is called the Helios Grand Hotel. So we have a representation of day and night inside Celestial Park. This world has a transformative function between day and night. During the day, Celestial Park will be a beautiful place to relax and enjoy the lush gardens and spectacular water fountains, but then at night it lights up and feels like it's transformed into a different environment. The lore around Celestial Park is that it's an ever-evolving universe that throughout centuries, artists, musicians, adventurers, explorers, and inventors have all come to this place for inspiration and connection, and perhaps have left a little piece of them behind. Celestial Park will have 3 attractions. The first is Constellation Carousel. Here we will be in the Milky Way riding on constellations throughout the galaxy. The creatures will go up and down and also turn 360 degrees. They will lift riders up as high as 6 feet into the air. Some of the carriages will include celestial lions, dragons, and peacocks. The ride will also be covered in hundreds of points of starlight, creating a beautiful atmosphere. The ceiling of Constellation Carousel is a star tracker featuring rotating celestial star patterns, with a center mesmerizer creating a ribbon cone effect above you while riding. There is no height requirement for this ride. The next attraction is Starfall Racers. Adam says Celestial Park is all about the heavens, you know? And on Starfall Racers, you're physically riding the embodiment of a comet. The ride is a racing dual launch coaster that goes 62 miles an hour and reaches a max height of 133 feet. The minimum height requirement is 48 inches. Adam also went on to say, although there are a couple signature moves in there, most of the 1.8 mile track is a side-by-side race between 2 comets to see who gets to the end first. He adds, with no break zones, by the way. The attraction at night will look amazing, and riding it at night will be a must. The coaster is covered with hundreds of points of light. The ride vehicles will look like shooting comets across the sky. There will be no external track lighting at night. Only the ride vehicles will be illuminated. There will also be an Easter egg on the back of each coaster vehicle. They couldn't say what it was, only that it's truly out of time. The last attraction is Astronomica, which is an interactive water play attraction designed as a compass rose that points to the portals and attractions around Epic Universe. At night, Astronomica will include light, color, and music. Celestial Park will have plenty of places to eat, however they only mentioned 2 of the restaurants, Atlantic and the Blue Dragon Pan-Asian. Chef Robert Martinez Jr. is the executive chef at Universal Orlando Resort. He says these 2 venues set the tone for what our culinary mission continues to be: quality, fresh food with amazing storytelling. The food and beverage team made sure to think of all guests with varying dietary restrictions and preferences when planning the menu for restaurants around Epic. Chef Martinez teased, so as more announcements get released, just know that something else really cool is coming right behind them. Atlantic Restaurant will be surrounded by the shimmering waters of Neptune's pool and has floor-to-ceiling Victorian glass walls reminiscent of an enormous Victorian aquarium. Fish will be illuminated swimming above you. Here guests will eat some of the freshest seafood and typical or not so typical surf and turf options. The Blue Dragon Pan-Asian restaurant will have very flavorful food. There are electric neon dragons that snake the interior of the dining room. The menu will have flavors from China, Southeast Asia, and Japan. Lanterns will hang overhead in the beautiful indoor courtyard. Make sure to pay attention to the signage hanging above the restaurant because it contains Easter eggs of Celestial Park. They announced just 1 shop, but there will be plenty of retail locations around Celestial Park. The Nintendo Superstar Store. It's located outside Super Nintendo World. The store will be filled with all the wonderful characters from Nintendo. They didn't mention any other restaurants by name, but in the animated fly-through, we can see the Pizza Moon restaurant next to the Super Nintendo store. Epic Universe will have 3 new hotels, 2 of which can already be booked for early 2025. Universal Stella Nova Resort and Universal Terra Luna Resort. These sister hotels are inspired by galaxies and planets. Stella Nova is in teal and purple colors to represent its own galaxy with a black hole vortex porte-cochere. And Terra Luna is highlighted in gold and green. The Stella Nova Resort is inspired by the infinite vastness of the unknown universe, and Terra Luna is inspired by the thrill of pushing the limits of discovery. Each hotel has 750 guest rooms. The other hotel is located inside the park called Helios Grand Hotel, named for the god of the sun. This is where heaven and earth unite. The hotel has a dedicated entrance into Celestial Park. It will be unlike any hotel Universal has. Guests staying here will have an amazing view into the beautiful gardens of Epic. There is no exact date for when Epic Universe will open, just the year 2025. Universal will continue to announce more details throughout the year. Let me know what will be the first world you will enter. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.